flags. Oh wait, wrong show.
Friends, subscribers, internet strangers. What's up?
How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We had just the best time. We had a wonderful time at my sister's house. She made like all my favorite things, and of course we overate, and I was glad that I was able to overeat. The first round of chemo was not very fun and exciting. Not that any of it has been, but nausea really was overwhelming the first time around. But this time I've been able to eat and keep things down and feel more myself. I'm really sluggish and have a lot of achy joints today, but today is day
It should be the worst. It's day 3.
Yeah, today's day 3 from chemo. No, today's day 4 from chemo. I had chemo on Tuesday. Figure that out however you will.
It's Friday, so it's the 3rd day.
Okay, I'll go with that. Let's see, since we last seen everyone, I've had a MUGA test, which was just kind of a quick little x-ray picture, I guess, of my heart, that had some kind of nuclear medicine type deal. It came back fine, which we were expecting it to. However, they did order a CT angio of my heart. Apparently I couldn't take too many deep breaths at one time when they, feel your heart on your back, when they listen to your heart from your back. So they wanted to do that.
Tell them the reason for the MUGA test.
I don't know. I don't remember.
It measures the heart activity so that they have a baseline for, because the red devil, whatever, what's
adriamycin.
You have a limited lifetime exposure that you can only take so much, and she'll be a little less than half when she's done with her treatment of this. But they want to be able to, then again, because it affects the heart if you take too much. So they'll do it again afterwards to make sure that her heart is the same as it was going into this.
Right. I did have my second round of chemo, and I cannot thank the Clearview Cancer Center's infusion nurses enough. They keep your spirits lifted in what has to be one of the most depressing jobs ladies can have, and guys. And I met with my CRNP, that is my oncologist, nurse practitioner. I was feeling pretty good about things, thinking that I had a 3-week break for Thanksgiving before my second round of chemo, but my nurse called and said, we have a lapse in your schedule and we need to get you back on schedule. So went in for that. Woke up yesterday morning and my hair is starting to fall out, which, as you ladies know, and there's no positive spin that anybody can put on it. And a good friend posted on Facebook, she said, there is no positive spin. Everybody's been trying to be uplifting, saying, well, it's going to grow back. There's nothing good that you can say to a woman who's losing her part of her identity. Because my hair was a little bit longer and I didn't feel like paying a lot of money to go and have my hair trimmed that's just going to fall out. I encouraged my sister and my niece yesterday to help and trim my hair. So we cut about 4 inches off to make it a little less dramatic and a little less painful when it does fall out. I think I had one friend who has survived cancer say that their head actually was sore from losing the hair, and I understand that. I really do. The one thing that we were hit with this week was that the doctor had prescribed a medication for nausea that is a patch, and it had to be approved through my insurance company. Well, my copay for that patch was a big whopping $1,000. And thankfully they did have some samples just so that I could try it and see if it worked. And I haven't even really needed it this time. I'm putting it in my back pocket for use as needed when I'm down and desperate and really nauseated. But the nausea has not been an issue so much this go round as it had been, which is good.
You have 2 more of these 2 medicines, and then the next one's not supposed to be as bad. It's still chemo. It's still.
But I take it weekly for a month, for 4 weeks.
And tell them how much the
Neulasta on Pro patch, the cost for that is a big whopping $6,000. So when you see these commercials, think, yes, these are fantastic, drugs, but they come at a real big cost. So if you weren't cash poor going into cancer, you're definitely going to be cash poor coming out of cancer. It is not for, it's a lot. But it does keep my white blood cell count elevated so that I can remain semi-healthy. And that's a good thing. So we'll take the good with the bad. We'll just have to keep on going on. I've got my 2 troopers here with me tonight, and the other one's roaming the house, and the best husband a wife could ever hope to have.
So I'll tell you what I saw from the second chemo. The first chemo, she was complaining about being tired, but more of the nausea bothered her the first time around. This time around, the tiredness, whenever the second day we go back and she gets, it's not a full bag of fluids, almost like a bag and a half. It takes 2 hours to run. It's 960 milliliters that you get of fluids. She was so weak this time, I had to help her into the van. I had to help her into where they got the angio, whatever it is.
Yeah, the lab.
And then from there, they had a wheelchair, so she was too weak to walk across the building to where she was going to get the fluids. And she slept through it, except for the couple times I had to wake you up because you're snoring so loud.
Sorry.
It was very miraculous. Dr. McGee really believes in this and giving the fluids, because a different person came out. She finally started waking up after the last 30 minutes of the fluid.
I had to pee.
So we drug the little thing down there to the bathroom, and the IV stand, and you drug it back. And so that was the first signs that she's got some. She's getting some strength. She had so much. It was amazing. She had so much strength that we went to Publix, and I guess we were there 30 minutes. We
did a normal grocery shop afterwards.
And
I was really.
She was a little tired yesterday, but she did everything.
I did everything that I normally would. I got up, I baked 3 pecan pies to take to my sisters for Thanksgiving. Thankfully, that was all I had to take. And all you have to do to get out of baking for your family is get cancer. That is not a good way, because I would much rather have been in the kitchen.
Much rather bake. So that was, very thankful that he does that. It truly. She was a little tired today, but she's been.
Yeah, I've been
a little
tired today, but I really missed out on shopping with my girls, and I really missed that.
Because she probably could have gone and done the shopping and maybe rested a lot, but the thing with it really hits your immune system real hard, and so during the first 5 to 7 days after chemotherapy, they don't want you in big crowds. They don't want people in your face.
Air hugs and air kisses, and that just doesn't sit well with me, because I'm a huggy, kissy kind of person.
because the exposures which are trying to limit, because she can't get sick during this because it'll delay the process of everything. So she needs to stay healthy, and so that's why we passed on the black. We were lit at anything anyway. I mean, we are the kind of people that if we need something, we don't wait around. We just buy it.
We just go get it.
We've never been that way. We never waited for and I truly didn't see anything that was like super duper sales worth going to wait in line for hours for.
No, I don't think my sister did either. So.
And that's the beauty of being a junker, a picker, a whatever you want to call. I find a lot of deals on everything. So that's been very nice. So I just made a list and make sure we went over all of it. Tired, nausea, very thankful of nausea. She's on 4 nausea medicines, so we're just thankful that
I have 4 nausea medications on hand to combat nausea, but I've only had to take my Zofran and Compazine, which they work great together. They're not the old school, Phenergan of days old, but Zofran is still in that class of histamine blockers. Bet y'all didn't know that. But I've been, all things considered, I've been doing pretty well. I'm anxious to figure out what's going on inside my breast to see if it is shrinking. I want it gone. I'm ready for this to be over with.
You still got a month before they check it out.
I know, but I'm ready for it.
I was just telling them they don't know that you have a month. They will check that after this first series of drugs to see if anything's changed.
Yes.
Because that determines which way we go. Say what?
2 more weeks.
No. 2 sets, 2 weeks. This is only the second one. You can do 4. You got a month.
I know, but I thought they were going to do that before we did the Taxol.
I know, but you got to finish this one first.
Oh, well, that's just. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm not. Chemo brain. It's a real thing.
I got it on camera now, right?
He's right this time.
So, but I would like to. I see a lot of comments that Joany doesn't see because I'm more active on YouTube and looking. She does read a lot of the comments. We appreciate all the kind words and thoughts and prayers that have continued to just be poured in from you guys. It is very uplifting, very encouraging to know that there are people out there that are lifting you up in prayer, and we can't thank you enough. That means a lot. We means more to us than and we also believe that it means more to the Lord that the
more that you are in prayer together for one cause, the better the outcome is.
And we do believe that, and so we thank you so much, and we'd ask you to continue because.
Susan Redmond, you made me cry when you sent me a sweet little package, and I know if you're out there watching, I just wanted to say thank you to you because you're one of those angels. You really are.
Very, very nice lady, and if you find her on YouTube, she sells on YouTube. Anything else for this one?
I can't think of a thing.
So the next one, nothing exciting will happen for the next one other than it'll be another, we'll tell you about chemotherapy. We'll tell you about anything else we learned. The one thing too about the nurses that was very excited, it's very nice that people donate things to the cancer center so that the ladies, Joany's got a couple of bonnets or hats or whatever they are.
They're little beanies.
That have been knitted by volunteers and by people who've donated. Well, this time she gets there and Jessica, one of the nurses, comes up and says, they had LuLaRoe.
Somebody had donated a bunch of LuLaRoe leggings to the cancer center, and she said, I knew right away I had to pick out a pair just for you. So she gave them to me on chemo day, and I wore them on fluids day. And so just the little things in life that make you, respect the human element as a whole, and know that there are people out there looking out for you, and that really do care and love you.
I just want to mention that because I thought that was just a truly nice thing to do. She did. you know, she didn't have to do it. They could have been gone and it just been a luck of the draw. But you know, she thought enough of Joany. After only meeting her for like
One
first
time.
she was a nerd for both days of the first one. Wasn't
Yeah.
she? So, but basically 5 or 6 hours, and she had enough forethought to say, "Hey, Johnny's coming back in. I'm gonna grab these for her." So that was.
She's so sweet, and I
Very
love
nice.
all those girls so much, and they are all this big. So, the reason that they're this big is that they run 90 to nothing all day. There are probably 5 or 6 different treatment areas, and they each have about 10 chairs in them. And some days they're full, and some days they're not.
There are 6 with 6. Remember, each one has 3 on each side, so there's.
Oh, I thought
there's
there were 4 on
no,
each side.
no, there's just 3. So there's 6 different sets, and there's 6 sets of 6, so you get 36.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Or it might be 5. It might be 5 sets of 6, but there's 6 chairs. I'll count them next time. So, and the volunteers, so they bring the cart around. They
are so sweet.
With the
We
coffee.
we have a favorite couple, and I
You
missed
slept
them.
through 'em.
I slept through them this time, and I really hated that because they're really cute. They're an older couple, and their names are Mary and John, and they are just the sweetest two. They're just 2 sweet little old people. I really enjoy their company, and I hate I slept through them.
Well, we thank you for watching. If you have any questions, if you'd like to know some things, like for the next video, if you'll just leave them in the comments. Joany will be very open and honest, and she'll tell you, you know, how she
I'll
feels.
tell you whatever you want to know.
Because the one reason why we're doing this is because, you know, we can see somebody's story on YouTube, and you can watch, you know, I have cancer, I got this treatment, I'm cured, and that's a wonderful testimony. But we couldn't find anybody who made a series of
What's going on,
what to
during
expect,
your
how do you
cancer.
feel. And so there's a lot of, you know, we had a lot of fear from everything we'd heard, like chemo burn was a thing that we're fearful of.
Radiation burn.
Which a lot of this stuff has changed, and a lot of, especially with the port she has, you know, chemo burn is just it's really not a thing anymore.
My port is like healed over. It's very comfortable. It doesn't hurt that bad for them to stick it. I've forgotten my numbing cream every time, and it just doesn't hurt that bad.
So we just want to, so if you have any questions or anything, because if you have a question, you know, it might help somebody who's watching this who is dealing with this later on. So it will be, if we've missed anything or said something that might be a little confusing, we'll clear it up for you. But so you can do that in the comments. But anything else?
I can't think of a thing.
Awesome.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We really do appreciate all of your positive thoughts and prayers.
And she's got another one in 2 weeks, so it'll probably be about 2 weeks before we do another one. Just because there's really nothing going on between now and then, other than, you know,
hair loss
and trying to get back to normal, trying to live life. You know, we have a 20-year-old who's in there on a computer, has probably been on a computer all day, playing with his friends, and just trying to keep life
normal,
very normal. So, and he's been a monster self. Anything Mama says, can you do this? No arguing, no nothing.
No arguing. He just does it. It's a miracle.
Yeah, we're blessed with a great child. So, thanks a lot, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye bye.
It's Auburn weekend. It's not too early to 8 Auburn. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.